So this Osage bow is one of my favorites. It's probably one of the cleanest bows that I've made in that it has a pin knot here and a pin knot here where the handle is not bending. It has 2 pin knots at the very tip, and that is an area where there's a very low strain on the limb. The bottom limb is completely clean from any kind of knots at all, which is a really rare thing for Osage. Osage tends to have a lot of little pin knots in it, if nothing else. And the shape of this bow, you can see that it maintains a fair amount of reflex to the limbs. And this section right here, the bend looks a little bit funny on it, and that's because that was the shape of the stave. Because this wasn't made from a board, this was made from an Osage stave. There was a tree, there was a large poplar that fell over on an Osage, knocked the Osage down. I managed to take that Osage log, cut it up, and to make about 8 or 9 bows from it. It was a very, very large log. And this particular bow has an arrow rest made from leather, which I've wrapped around with hemp cord that I dyed with walnut dye, and I've put glue around that so that should stay secure. It draws 50 pounds at 26 inches. I made this bow to draw a little bit longer, and I just decided that I didn't need to shoot it at that length. This bow is one of the most exceptional shooting bows that I've made. And just the performance of this bow at even a lower draw weight, like 50 or 55 pounds, was just so phenomenal. I didn't want to risk the bow gradually breaking down over time. Even though this Osage seems like it's excellent quality, and I don't know that it would break down much over time being overdrawn, because technically the safe draw length for this length of limb is 26 inches. However, this Osage just seems to be of such exceptional quality, I think you could get a little bit longer draw out of that if you really needed to. But I wouldn't go above 28 and think that it was going to last me a lifetime. At 26 inches, this bow should last a lifetime. The string is Dacron B50 in red and black. The string silencers are made from beaver fur. I'll get it strung up, and we'll do a little bit of a draw weight test. I've got tape on this arrow marked off at 28 inches. So I'll draw up a little short on where I've got the tape marked, and then maybe we'll see what it looks like at 28. Oh shoot, let's just go to 28. 58 pounds at 28 inches, and as you can see, the bow easily draws that 28 inches without letting out a whimper. And as I unstring it, you'll see that it takes barely any resting set after that. Nice and flat. This thing is a beast. And let's see if you can get a close-up. It has a little bit of that interesting kind of lateral shimmer that Osage gets sometimes. I don't know what it has to do with the wood. It's not quite like a spalted maple or a curly maple, but it's similar to that, where you get, in addition to the vertical lines of the grain, you get this strange little horizontal shimmer. And it just looks really nice when the light hits it. The belly on this bow has also been toasted or heat treated, which means that I heated the belly so that the air would be compressed out of the cells of the wood fibers on the belly of the bow to a certain depth. And what that does is that increases the density and increases the compression strength of that wood, which is already fairly high in Osage, but you can make it even better performing bow by toasting the belly on it. And that is this 50 pounds at 26 inches, or 58 pounds at 28 inches, depending on which you prefer.